So you remember last stream we did that thing about Australia Day?
Yeah.
Oh,
They wanted to change it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, those weirdos.
Mhm.
So Skirmiter pointed out there was like some comment that was worth reading on stream.
Rhino via skits.
Yeah, so this is from DJ. Yeesh. So he says, a bunch of racist rednecks who would rather oppress Australians than get off their butts and do something proactive for their fellow Australians. These kinds of people are the kind of stupid people that hold our country back from achieving peace and equality amongst all Australians.
Fucking what?
Man, I want to fucking say something to this DJ, dumb cunt fucking DJ.
Get 'em right.
These people, it was evident by the people that were being interviewed in this video that they had no idea what the purpose is, first of all, of Australia Day. And they all thought that Captain Cook came on that day, which is completely incorrect, right? And they think it's something that it's actually not. And these people are too dumb to get off their asses and do any form of research to realize that what exactly they're protesting for is absolute bullshit. And if you actually watch the video and you see the interviews that go on, it's like, oh, I don't want to do this because you're just going to catch me out on technicalities. Well, technicalities are a reality, you fucking idiots.
And so there was an interview in this. They asked him which date you would change it to, and I'm pretty sure they said May 8th, right, for May. And then they asked them if they would protest again on that day, and they said yes. So even if they did change the fucking date, they would still protest to change the date again.
The whole thing of these protests,
dumb.
it's completely arbitrary. It is completely arbitrary. It means nothing. It is purely the fact that they just want to be offended and they want to be insulted by the fact that we're celebrating Australia Day. Now, yes, okay, back in the day, just like back in the day in America, that there was slavery and stuff like that, and we learn from our past, we learn from our history, and we actually move forward and take strides forward to have everybody involved, right? It's not like these days Trey is completely oppressed because of the color of his skin, right?
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second in this day and age. And it's the same thing here with the Aboriginals, with the Native Australians, right? Yes, there was maybe some bad things that happened when we came over. It was a different time. It was a different culture. It was completely fucking different. But we have moved forward. And we have actually made leaps and bounds in fucking racism not being actually a thing, actually being Australian and hugging each other essentially, despite we hate Mozza.
Bigger.
But it's just...
Why do you hate me, full cunt?
Just because 4x gold's crap.
4x gold's amazing.
My point is that these fucking idiots don't actually know what the fuck they're talking about. And again, it was evident based on the video if he even bothered to watch it, because he probably got 2 minutes in and said, oh, these fucking got on his keyboard, was just being a keyboard warrior, dumb cunt that actually knows nothing about the history. It pisses me off.
And if you watch it right, none of them actually give a valid reason. No, like they just fucking and then
it's
just
like
move
the
on.
whole thing in the States at the moment with systemic racism and stuff like this. Just because you were born white makes you racist. Such bullshit. Have we really gone in such a decline to a point where it's just based on what you were born as? It's kind of like, the mums out there, the single mums that are raising their sons to realize that just because they're boys, they're bad fucking people. It's absolutely disgusting. It's an absolute disgrace. And these people need to fucking wake up, actually read a history book and learn something. Go on to the next one. What's the next dumb cunt say?
The next dumb cunt is actually the same dumb cunt.
Just even more.
Oh,
Holy
fucking
fuck.
hell! What
You're
the
not
fuck?
wrong.
First of
Bro.
all, before we read this, I also want to point out.
Don't get me to read it.
If you've got a normal job and all of this kind of thing, yes, you probably like. I watch YouTube now pretty much day in, day out. I don't watch much television. I don't watch much other than YouTube, right? But to actually have the time to sit there and write a novel-length comment, right, means that this person literally has no fucking life. Now, yes, maybe once in a blue moon, you might sit there and write a comment to someone about something. I'm not saying that you don't, right? And I appreciate all the comments that come in my chat, right? Or on my channel. It's not like I'm saying that everybody is like that. But to take a massive chunk out of your day to bitch and moan about something that these people have no clue about proves to me that this person actually doesn't have a life. To sit there, people watch videos and they don't even like them. It's like it takes a second to literally like a video. And people, even though they might like a video, still don't even like it because they're too busy in their schedule. They're too busy in what they're doing.
Ready? I'll read this out to you.
Hang on 1 second. I just want to point out one more thing, right? These people are protesting that Captain Cook came to Australia on the 26th of January. That's the day, isn't it, that we celebrate Australia Day? Yes, 26th of January, right? Yeah. The Captain Cook came to Australia on the 26th of January, right? And basically came and burnt down villages and like, you know, with Aboriginals being essentially oppressed through the whites coming over.
I think they called it discovery back then, I think. You know. Yeah.
I'd like to just point out that it was actually the 22nd of August, 1770. Now think back, right? No one here can think back to 1770.
That's
just
Friday.
like Trey can't.
No, Mr.
Just
Grant
like
Gregory's
Trey
left.
can't think back to was it the late 1800s when slavery? When was slavery abolished in the States?
1865.
1865.
Yeah.
So look, you can't think back to prior to 1865.
I can't even think prior to the Jim Crow stuff. Yeah, I can't even think prior to that.
But look, like, again, if we're not moving forward, if we're not actually engaging in actual progression and evolution of us as a species, the human species, right? Like, fucking Aboriginals are human. Blacks and whites are all human, right? Chinese, they're all fucking human, right? That's all we are. And if we haven't even gotten to a point in 2023, where we've actually come to a point where we can actually acknowledge that, then we really are living in real life idiocracy.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
You ready for this next one?
I don't know.
Okay, there's a lot to break down on this one.
Oh,
Jesus fuck.
Who's willing to bet this dude's white? I'm putting my hand up. I reckon he's white.
They just think
Man,
activism is
they're
cool.
always white. It's always them. Sorry.
They haven't had any oppression. They have had zero oppression throughout their lives, and they just
It's
think
always
it's cool
them,
to stand
Trey.
up against.
Trey. It's always them.
I'm going fucking Kanye over here.
Sorry,
I'm from an actual marginalized group. Yeah, like I can't help that I was born ginger, but people will openly hate us, you know, and be fine with it. But no one ever you never see someone on Twitter standing up for us. It's terrible.
The 26th of January is a date that marks the beginning. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Marks the beginning of a long and oppressive colonization of Australia that has lasted 250 plus years, and the beginning of attempted genocide and eradication of Aboriginal Australians by the colonial settlers.
Incorrect. Based on the statement that I just gave you and the fact that I just gave you on the fact that it's the 22nd of August, 1770. Incorrect. The 26th of January actually isn't that date. I'll tell you what the 26th of January means. Continue.
I'm pretty sure the 26th of January was actually a World War One.
It's a World War II thing.
It was World War II. It was like to drum up support for the war, for World War II. But anyway, and just to like play devil's advocate, if this whole thing was about genocide, it's a colossal failure because they walk around just like everyone else. So pretty massive L if that's the case. Why the hell would anyone want to celebrate our country on the date that marks the beginning of all that? And again, that's not the actual date. It's a World War II date. Just because you don't like or care about your fellow Aboriginal Australian citizens and think it's fine to celebrate that date doesn't make it so. That's just stupid. That's just absolutely stupid. I bet you this is the type of person that feels uncomfortable around Aboriginal Australians.
Totally.
No, Aboriginal Australians, they're just normal, everyday fucking people. Right?
I'm not around them that often.
I'd imagine not. You walk past them every single day, and it's the same thing. How you doing, mate? Yeah, I know. It's fucking hot. And you just keep going, you know, whatever, dude. And they also like to drink on the same date as well. So look, the 26th of January, honestly, is just a date where everyone just gets together and just drinks and eats an excessive amount. The 26th of January should be a day of reflection and acknowledgement of the bloodshed and the wrongdoings. Again, it's actually a World War II date. Yeah. And the pain of Australians people through our history. Well, wouldn't it be through their history? Why are you speaking for them? There are better days to celebrate, buddy. Hey, on your board or get lost because there's no place of bigotry in Australia. Changing the date would unify Australian people and acknowledge the past. Yes, World War II did happen. This is true. I acknowledge that World War II happened. Not changing it hurts part of our population. What, the World War II veterans? Unfortunately, not too many of them around anymore. And celebrating on that day is shameful and un-Australian. The 26th of January is not a day of celebrations with people like you around spreading hate. No wonder Aboriginal Australians are at times angry, upset, or violent. So, like, literally everyone else on the fucking planet. And, yeah, like I said before, you see a lot of them, you know, drinking excessively on the 26th, just like everyone else. This YouTube video is disgusting, and you're a racist patriot. Who are you referring to? I think me. That needs to read a history book and actually have a conversation with our Australian people. Maybe get off your butt, stop making YouTube videos, and go meet some Aboriginal Australians and get a grasp of just how bad the discrimination and racism has affected their people for the past couple of centuries. Really? They seem to be doing not too bad in my eye. They can walk around and do whatever the fuck they want, just like everyone else.
You know, that just proves that this is probably written by a white person because he's talking about them, like,
yeah,
you know,
it's like
not
talking
my
for
people,
them. I'm like,
those people, yeah.
It's
Okay.
almost like he's trying. It's almost like he's trying to insinuate that being patriotic automatically makes you racist.
Yep.
Well,
He's
yeah,
one
that's
of
a bit of
those.
a problem. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem here too, as well. Like on St. George's Day and other celebrations, people get told to not put British flags or English flags up because it is going to offend people.
So stupid.
And that's ridiculous.
it's dumb as fuck, man.
I had someone freak out at me because I had an American flag shirt on once.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
That's weird. All right, what were you gonna say, Rhino?
Read this. I'm putting it in the private chat because I'll fuck it up.
Okay, it says on the 26th of January, 1949, the Nationality and Citizenship Act of 1948 became the law. It was the first time the term Australian citizen had been used in any Australian legislation, including Australian Constitution. Oh, my bad. I thought it was a World War II thing.
So did I originally, yeah.
Well, it was just after World War II then. Might have something to do with a lot of like immigrants coming over after World War II then. So I guess that's why that whole
Like
Australian
my grandparents.
Yeah, my grandfather came after World War II. After they fucking lost World War II, they decided to come here. Fucking Italians.
This is the thing. It's actually
Fucking wops.
the 26th of January and Australia Day has nothing, absolutely no connection
None.
with what Captain Cook did. With
Yeah,
what James
there's
Cook
nothing
did.
connected
no
to it, man.
connection whatsoever to the apparent racism that this guy wants me to read a history book about.
Yeah, like the 26th, like
Nothing.
Rhino's right. It's not connected at all.
At all. It's celebrating us as Australians. And I'm sorry, in the last 3 years, I fucking hate calling myself an Australian. If I was living in America, I would hate to call myself an American because the amount of division that our governments have actually portrayed upon us has actually divided us to a point where I don't even feel Australian anymore. What it used to feel like to be an Australian. What it feels like to be a human being on Earth. It doesn't even feel like the amount of fucking bullshit that we've gone through.
I still feel like that. There's no government on the face of the planet that could decide or fucking implicate how I feel about anything.
Well,
they're just
for the
dickheads
last
to me.
3 years, I was ridiculed, fucking completely destroyed in my life and job because of a simple decision of not wanting to be vaccinated. The truth is now starting to come out, and the people that really don't want to pay any attention to that, look, if you got vaccinated, good for you. You did what you wanted to do. If you felt that it was right, I personally think you should have still asked a few questions, but that's me. That's my opinion, right? If you got it done, that's your decision. Don't fucking come after me because I made a decision not to do that.
And should have been personal.
Completely persecute me for it.
My wife. Sorry,
go on.
There you go. My wife lost her job. My wife lost her job because she never got it either. Like, she was a healthcare professional, and obviously you have to have it, so they sacked her off.
That's fucked up.
That's stupid.
I know.
It's fucking retarded, man. I just rejected the whole concept of being persecuted. I just said no. I can't be persecuted by you. It does not work like that.
Well, I lost my job. I nearly lost my
I made
house.
sacrifices. Everyone made some sacrifices, but I just refused. I just rejected the concept.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a lot of shit, but you can't persecute me.
And the truth is starting to come out more and more. Did you see that thing where they were actually talking to those 4 ex-employees of Twitter? And they're talking to them about the Hunter Biden laptop, and it was on Twitter all this week, right? They were talking to them about the Hunter Biden laptop, and they were talking to them about them covering up actual doctors, these people that have no medical professions whatsoever, and they're covering up this shit. And it's these fucking dumb cunts, this D fucking J dumb cunt, right? That actually allows these people to get away with it.
Twitter's fucking retarded. It doesn't
just
matter
eat
who
it up.
owns it.
Fuck Twitter.
I'm sorry. It just with what we've gone through in the last 3 years, and it doesn't even go that far. I look at, like I said earlier, about the systemic racism that they're teaching in schools, and then it comes down to the gender affirming care, and all of this stuff is all bullshit. The equations don't add up. You think you're being all progressive and stuff like this by buying an electric car and all this kind of garbage because of what you're being told. But instead of you actually looking at the science, you just preach the science, but you don't have any facts. You don't know anything.
They just parrot it. Yeah, they just parrot parrot other shit that they've heard.
I'm following the science because my government told me that I'm following the science. But no,
most of them haven't got a
single
single thought. Most of them haven't got a single thought in their head that hasn't been put there by someone else.
It's all fucking retarded, man. And like every single angle of everything is just fucking retarded, dude. We live in a world where someone like Andrew Tate is considered the peak of masculinity. A fucking con man is considered the peak of masculinity. It's all fucked, dude.
It's all bad.
Nothing is good. Nothing is fucking good.
I hate to be the black pill here. But honestly, the world is fucked up right now. It is super fucked up right now.
Oh, yeah. It's a fucking cesspool, man. Like, it's disgusting.
It's like you were saying, Rhino, though, like a lot of people have given up on mainstream media and television in general. I spend a lot of my time watching, YouTube, and the only time I will see mainstream news is on Twitter or on YouTube. I don't watch the news channels.
The problem is, Kenzo, the problem is with all of that is that when a person actually like me comes out and says something like I just said about the electric cars, it gets censored.
Yeah.
It gets stopped. It doesn't get pushed. It doesn't get seen because the narrative is so fucked that they need to push it away. And what I say doesn't get out there. It's like with those like with the Twitter files and all of that sort of thing. They're saying that they censored these doctors that were saying about the vaccines and all of this kind of stuff. And they're not medical professionals. But
They said it was
just
COVID misinformation.
Yeah,
They said it was.
But these are actually the top end doctors in the world, trained at the highest level, and they censored them for what? For the fucked up narrative.